Hello everyone, it's me Umesh Kwarseni and my student ID is A00082092. So today I have been assigned with the case assessment and my topic is case 2, which is what comes after London's congestion charge. So without delaying, let's go into the topic. So first let's go into the introduction. The given case concerns London's congestion charge and its good and bad effects on the area's economic sector. Congestion charge is a fee imposed on drivers who enter a congested region, usually a city center. This charge was good in the beginning and helped to reduce pollution and traffic congestion, but it is now regarded outdated in its current form. The congestion charge is no longer effective and must be adjusted or replaced with new measures to address the current challenge in London. Items showing demand. Following the impositions of congestion charge, many began to look for alternative modes of transportation rather than driving their own cars. This is to save money while also promoting environmental protection. Increased travel costs reduced the use of private vehicles, resulting in an increase in demand for the following items. The following items are private hire cabs and delivery vans, ride-hailing apps, public transport, and bikes. Shift in demand. We can see the demand is downward sloped, which shows negative relation of quantity demand with price. So as the price increases, the demand decreases. A certain movement is seen when the price increases, the demand decreases. Here we can see the figure. Items showing supply. The amount of resources that farm producers, laborers, financial assets providers, and other economic players are willing and able to deliver to the market or to an individual is referred to as supply. Demand and supply, they are extricately linked. They are interrelated with each other. The need to reduce travel cost emerged from the congestion charge led to the supply of following things in London that include public buses, bikes, electric means of transportation, private cabs, ride-hailing apps. Shift in supply. So here we can see that as the price of supply increases, there is a leftward shift in the supply curve. This indicates that the supply decreases if the price of service or goods is increased. So here we can see the shift in the supply curve. Pricing. So let's go into the pricing topic. So if you drive within the congestion charge zone between 7 and 18 o'clock Monday through Friday and 12 p.m. to 18 p.m. Saturday, Sunday and holidays, you will be charged a pound after pound 15 daily fee. Between the Christmas and New Year's Day bank holidays, there is no any charge. They will not gonna take any kind of charge at that time. So the ultra low emission zone, that is ULEZ, imposes more polluting vehicles and extra 12.5 pound, that is about $17 per day to drive over a region larger than the congestion charge zone. The market fell short of its goal since it has yet to reduce the number of kilometers traveled by 27%. Now let's talk about the market failure. Initially, there was some opposition to the impositions of congestion charge. Cabs and ride-hailing applications have largely replaced individuals' vehicles, altering congestion management strategies. Providers of private cabs or hailing app services only have to pay once for the entire day. As a result, they are less affected by the charge. This is leading to an increase in the number of service vehicles on the road. The public transportation and transit services are experiencing funding issues, which is causing the market failure. The government was unable to assist all low-income drivers in upgrading their vehicles to make them more environmentally friendly. Congestion charge in London is a great example of how price influences supply and demand. When the levy was first implemented, demand for private cabs and ride-hailing applications skyrocketed. This was because people were suddenly forced to use their personal vehicle less and had to find out how to pay the additional fees. In response to the increased demand, the government has increased the number of public transportation options available. However, the government faced numerous issues as the population grew and public transportation became overcrowded. The failure of numerous transportation projects to be completed on time resulted in public difficulties. Government intervention in the market is necessary to ensure that the general public can travel without any difficulty. This is owing to the fact that if the market fails, it might have severe ramifications for the city's economy, since individuals will be unable to conveniently access to their jobs. The government's engagement in the form of monetary aid is essential to the market for collapsing. The pricing of congestion charge affected the following individuals. It shows what kinds of persons are directly affected by the pricing of congestion charge. The first one is the drivers who are making low value trips, businesses in the city center that rely on low cost weekday car access, residents and motorists living near the border who are affected by the overflow recipients of parking money in the city core. Let's discuss about the effects of COVID-19. Uh, COVID-19 has highly affected the transportation system. Public transports were considered risky, so people avoided it as much as possible, as there was a high risk of transferring uh, and the effect of the COVID-19. The return of traffic at higher rate than public transportation used posed the prospect of a car-based recovery. A sluggish return of users to public transportation and general unwillingness for people to use it in the same way and at the same frequency as they did prior to the pandemic was seen. There was a significant revenue loss at that time. More money is spent on disinfecting public transportation on a regular basis. They have used a huge amount of capital for sanitization and disinfecting the public transportation. People's engagement was reduced as a result of their fear of crowded buses. People began to walk or ride bicycles instead of driving. The government had to step in to keep the bus and metro systems running. A total of £4 billion was funded. Economically, COVID-19 made a huge impact in the economic activities of people. People lost their source of earning. Many became inactive by sitting idle. So finance was weak during that period. After the ease in pandemic, people started to return their jobs in fear. So they wanted to avoid public contact. They started looking for alternative sources of transport like cycles, electric vehicles, etc. Hence, COVID resulted in increase of demand of alternate means of transportation. So here is the reasons for replacement. The cost is not calculated depending on the number of miles a vehicle travels within the pricing zone. The fee is not time varying, meaning it is not higher during periods of time high congestions and lower during periods of low congestion. The cost is the same regardless of who you are. The system has relatively high overhead cost. It would be more efficient to have higher charges on more busy highways. Public transportation, especially the tube, is crowded and unreliable. However, there is a changing as bus service improves the revenue from ticket sales is utilized to the system. A city-wide charge pay as you drive scheme. I don't think this will work as the technological advancement is yet to be achieved to monitor every movement of vehicles that run the roads. People will likely oppose this as the privacy is violated by monitoring people's personal vehicle. Everyone cannot afford to upgrade to less carbon emitting vehicles. Government cannot also provide support to all low income people. This system might get its objectives, but it is not necessary that it is the long term solution. People still can get on the road if they have capacity to pay. So I don't consider this scheme effective and useful. Different alternatives is to be found if needed to eradicate this problem of congestion. In order to achieve a successful plan for the congestion problems in London, the basic principles of economics are to be concerned. The principles are opportunity cost concept. They can use marginal principal concept, law of diminishing returns, the principle of voluntary returns, the real returns and the nominal returns. So the aforementioned principles can be considered while creating a plan. Money is the issue with the congestion fee. Everyone cannot pay the charge and all cannot get less carbon emitting vehicles. As a result, people's basic needs must be considered and policies should be adjusted accordingly. Economic aspects must be considered for the long-term solution. So here are the references that I retrieved to make the presentation. So you can see the reference from here. So I'd like to thank you all. Uh, so it's all about the conditions in London. So thank you so much.